Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be using all new products from ABH. So they recently launched this palette, the Riviera. You guys, I've dipped into this twice for this video, so you're getting two looks, but look at this palette. Isn't it so pretty? Like, look at those colors. All on top, those are all metallics, and then on the bottom, those are all mattes. 14 brand new eyeshadows in this palette. There are no repeats, so they are all new shades, and this is by far the most colorful eyeshadow palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills they've ever made. So I decided to do two looks for this video, and I'm gonna be giving you more of like a summery, very peachy, bronzy, and blue eyeshadow look, and then I'm gonna be showing you guys how to get this look. This is more of like a party look. It's very loud, very vibrant, very Instagram, but I love pinks and purples together, and that gold was just speaking to me in this palette, so I had to throw it in this eye look. I'm also going to be sharing the new loose highlighters. These are so stunning, you guys. There are 3 new shades, and the packaging is like glitter. Lots of glitter packaging with these new products. I'm also going to be sharing the Dewy set, and just a little info before we get started, you guys. The palette retails for $45. The loose highlighters retail for $25, which I think is really good because you're getting a lot of product for it only being $25, and you can use these on your eyes, your lips, your body, your face, basically everywhere. Although this palette is really colorful and it's really vibrant, I want to show you guys how you can use it without feeling overwhelmed. So when I first saw it, I just gravitated towards all these bright colors. But if you really break it down, you could make this a very wearable palette or a very bold palette, or you could do something a little bit in between, which is really nice. You cover up these really bold colors on the end. You have a white, you have some peaches and a mustard color and a bronze. That's a very wearable area to kind of play in. Don't forget about this gold. This can be very wearable if you use lightly, and also palm is a really rich brown. It's very beautiful. I'm sure that will look really nice in the outer corner or as an eyeliner. These eyeshadows are so pigmented that you could use them as eyeliners. You don't have to just use them as shadows. All right, you guys, I think I gave you the lowdown on this palette, and if you guys want to see how I used all of these products from ABH and how I got these two looks using the Riviera palette, then just keep on watching. I already have my foundation and my brows on and my powder. I'm going to be using the new Dewy set in this video, and I'm also going to be using the new highlighters as well from ABH. So this is going to be like a full-blown new products from ABH video, but I want to prime my eyes first, so have here the big base. You guys know about this already. I've used this before. For the first look, I'm just gonna focus on this little quad right here. So I'm gonna pick up the shade Cabana first. This is like a mustard yellow color. And I'm gonna start by just blending that into my crease. This one's really blendable. I'm just like lightly moving my brush in like circular motions. It's blending really nicely. One thing I really love about Anastasia shadows is they deepen. Like, you could keep using the same eyeshadow and it will look like you're using different shadows because they build so nicely on each other. So I'm gonna pick up the shade Sails, which is this matte white, and I'm just gonna pick a little bit of it up because I don't want this to be too white. Ooh, that is a nice matte. It's very, very white. I'm just gonna blend that down into the shadow. That white is super nice to have in this palette because you see how it just kind of raised the eye a little bit? I love applying whites like this into the brow bone. It just like lifts the brow up. I'm gonna grab this shade here called Coastline. It's like a peach, very peachy. I'm gonna use this right above the crease. So now I'm gonna pick up the shade Palm, which is this chocolatey brown. Love that there's a chocolatey brown like this in this palette because it's gonna be great for like the deepening of all these really colorful shades. I like that it's not black because black can sometimes be a little bit too much. It can kind of take over the whole look, so brown is perfect. I'm gonna be using this right in the crease, and I'm keeping this pretty deep into my crease because I'm gonna like cut the crease out in a second, and I want this to be the darkest part of everything. Can we just take a moment to see that there is no fallout on my face? Like, I haven't had anything fall. I was actually worried about that because I did put like my full face on before doing this tutorial, and I was like, oh my gosh, I might have to redo my makeup if I get any fallout, but there really is none. Love that, ABH. So now I'm gonna go ahead and do a little cut crease moment, and I'm just gonna use the P. Louise base. when you have to pull up Google to find out how to say something.
Seychelles.
Seychelles, okay, Seychelles. So I'm gonna be using this shade here called Seychelles. Oh my gosh, I was so excited to use this one. It's like a teal blue. Look at that brush is coated. She is pigmented, you guys. So I'm gonna go ahead. Oh my gosh, you guys, this brush is not wet and it's going on like butter. It is so pretty. This palette is so pigmented, you guys. Oh my gosh, it would be even more intense if it was wet. Like even more intense. You don't even have to wet these. Now I'm gonna pick up this bronze. It's called Yacht. I'm just gonna put that right on the outer corner of the eye. I did a little bit of like a brown liner and I'm taking the shade Palms, which is that dark brown, and I'm just smoking out that liner. This brown though is so freaking rich. Like it's so chocolatey and beautiful, and when you like blend it over the top of like a liquid eyeliner, it blends like a dream. And you guys know I like to take my brush and just clean up the edge of the shadow. This white called Sails, this is like Facetune. Watch. This is probably one of the most pigmented whites that I've ever used, and it actually stays white. A lot of whites, they fade so quickly, but this one's really, really white. For the lower lash line, I'm gonna use the shade Palm, which is that dark brown, and I'm just gonna smoke it out a little bit. This palette has blended so well. Like I've had zero problems, zero patchiness, everything is just working. And I'm gonna dip into Coastline, which is that peach. I'm gonna blend that underneath the brown. What kind of sorcery is this palette? Like I literally have no fallout on my face. There's barely any in the pan. This is what it looks like after using it, and I dipped in and I really barely see any fallout anywhere. I'm pretty amazed so far by it. I really love the color. I think it's very pretty. I feel like this is a very, it's like glam, but it's not like, whoa, that's really like vibrant and crazy. Like I was doing something a little bit more neutral for this first look, and I like it. I think the blue is stunning. I would love to do a look with just the blue like all over the lid. It's very metallic, very, very metallic, and the white really impressed me. It's so white. I'm gonna go ahead and pop on some mascara and also some lashes, and I will be right back to show you guys the final eye look. Here is the eye look, and I did pop on a lip really quickly. This is the ABH liquid lipstick in Dolce, and it's like this peach color. I felt like it went so well with that peach eyeshadow that we put on. I really want to try out the Dewy set. So this is a new setting spray by ABH, and it's exactly what it says. It's to give you that dewy, glowy skin. I saw Norvina talking about this, and she says she loves like dewy skin on herself, and she likes that kind of look, and I personally do as well. I love dewy skin, but I don't like using a lot of cream products on myself. So this is actually gonna give me that dewy, wet look without me having to use like a ton of creams or liquid highlighters. The Dewy set is also coconut and vanilla scented, so I'm guessing it's gonna smell amazing because I love coconut. Coconut makes me feel like I'm on like a tropical island, so I'm excited to see how it smells. The packaging is really nice, so when you wanna use it, you're going to just kind of twist the knob here, and you can see you could push down now to spray the product, and then when you wanna lock it, like if you're traveling, you just go like this, and then nothing will come out and you can't spray it like that. This packaging is everything. I am so in love with all the glitter on it. One thing to note, you guys, is the glitter packaging is just on the outside of the bottle, so the spray inside does not contain any glitter at all. Push this over. It smells so good. Wow, this smells like a delicious candle of some sort. I always like to spray pretty far away from my face, and yes, I did apply like a generous spritz of this. I'm gonna do a little bit more. Now I'm gonna take my little fan. Also, I got this fan on Amazon, so I'm gonna link it down below for you guys. I love this. It literally stays on my desk. I use it every single day. The product has really soaked into my skin. Like I felt like immediately as soon as I sprayed it, I went from feeling so dry to my skin just going, sucking it up, and then I literally have no powder like on my face when I look closely. It just looks really smooth. It doesn't look cakey. It made my foundation just look more like skin, which I really love. And that's typically why I use like Fix Pluses and setting sprays. I like to use them to melt down all my powder. So now that my skin is super dewy, I feel like it's the perfect time to put on highlighter. So I'm gonna be sharing with you guys the loose highlighters. This is all 3 of them. They are brand new from ABH, and that glitter packaging though is stunning. Norvina said the tops correspond with like the undertone of the highlighter. So this one here, the first one is like in the silvery kind of white packaging. It's called Snowflake. This one is the lightest shade. It's like an icy white. Obviously it has like that silver undertone, so it has a silver cap on it. And the packaging, you guys, I can't get enough of this glitter packaging. I love it. So Hollywood was one of my favorite illuminators ever. I actually broke it, so I don't have it anymore, but I used to use it all the time. It was so good. So this is the So Hollywood loose highlighter, and it has a gold undertone to it. It's a golden highlighter, so it has this gold top. And then we have the last one, which is called Sunset Aura, and this is a beautiful like rose gold color. This has more of a reddish kind of rose gold undertone to it, so it has the pink top. I'm gonna tap some of that product onto the lid. So if you guys have never used a loose highlighter before, the cool thing about these is you could not only use them on your cheekbones, but you can use them on your lips, on your body, on your eyes. They can be used for so many different things. You could mix this into a lotion and put it all over your body. So loose highlighters are a lot more versatile than using like a powder highlighter. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply this to my cheekbones. Oh my God, look at that, you guys. That is so intense. And I'm using this on the Anastasia A23 brush. I really like this brush for highlighter. Watch this. Oh, it looks so good. I feel like it looks even probably more intense because I put it on top of the dewy set. Whenever you use a highlighter on top of like a setting mist or a spray that makes your skin dewy, it's gonna make it look even more intense. So I'm gonna show you guys how this looks on the lips. I'm just gonna take a little bit of it and use it over my lipstick. All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed that first look. I'm gonna be showing you guys how to get this look here. I use the pinks and I use the purples and the golds. So the first thing I'm gonna do to start this eye look is I'm just gonna lay down that P. Louise base, and I'm just gonna take my flat brush, and this is just like a concealer brush, and I'm gonna cover my whole lid with this. This is like putting on a new eyelid. I'm just gonna tap it, and I probably put too much, so I'm just gonna take the excess on the back of my hand. And I just figured, since this eye is so involved, because we're building like a mini rocket ship with this eye, I would go ahead and do one eye first, and then I'd show you guys this eye on camera. Also, if you don't have this base, you can totally use like a concealer. I love this eye base, but concealer or foundation does work very similar. I'm just gonna go right in with the shade Bahamas, which is this hot pink. And this pink is so intense, you guys. It is insane. I was seeing so many pictures of this Bahamas shade like on their Instagram page and just like on Instagram in general, and I wondered to myself if it would really be like that neon. So I'm just gonna start right at like the bridge area of my nose and then just softly pull this into the crease. And this is like the upper crease, but I'm only gonna take it like about halfway. My camera just stopped recording in the middle of me blending this purple, but I took the shade Cannes. I think it's Cannes, it could be Cannes, like the Cannes Film Festival or the Cannes Film Festival. So I picked up this shade and I blended it into the pink called Bahamas, and they blend so nicely into each other just because purple and pink, they just complement each other so well. I have to say, one of the best things about this palette is this color called Sails. It's the matte white. It is so amazing. Like, it literally looks like it's not real. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but like, I've never tried a white eyeshadow that's been this pigmented before. So I'm just gonna take it on this brush that came inside the palette, and I'm using it in the brow bone. And I lay it on pretty heavy like that, and then I take the other side of the brush and then just blend underneath that. I'm gonna go ahead and cut my crease now, you guys. I'm gonna use the P. Louise base once again. So today is Saturday night. It's like 1 a.m. right now, you guys. I feel the most creative at night. I don't know why, I just do. I feel like when it hits around 10 o'clock, I'm just wide awake and I'm just ready to go. So I always film at night. Now I'm gonna grab this shade here called Inheritance, and this is the gold in the palette. Then I'm just gonna fill in all those blank areas. Like, look at that, it is so gorgeous. Is that not the most beautiful yellow gold ever? And now I'm gonna pick up the hot pink called Bahamas, and I'm just gonna put that right on the outer corner of the eye. I'm also taking a little bit of it and bringing it down onto the lower lash line. And I'm gonna take the shade Canes. I'm gonna use that on the lower lash line too. All right, so now I'm gonna do my favorite thing about this whole eye look, which is adding in that white. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of that P. Louise base, and I'm just gonna apply it pretty heavily on the inner corner of my eye. And I'm just gonna use that matte white called Sails, and I'm gonna pop that just right on the inner corner. Also, I did add in a purple eyeliner, and this is the P. Louise Basic Base in Vivid, I couldn't talk for a second, Vivid Violet. This is a really pretty color. Cool thing about these bases, you could actually use them as eyeliner. So I'm gonna go ahead and place that in my waterline for a little purple moment. Now I'm gonna apply one of these loose highlighters, and I'm gonna use the Snowflake shade. This is the lightest one out of all of them. This one's really light, but I think it could give that like appearance of like glossy skin. So I just went ahead and popped on this nude lipstick from ABH, and it is the Crush liquid lipstick. I really love that with these loose highlighters, you could put them on the lips. So I'm gonna take a little bit, and I'm just gonna put it on the center of my lips. And I'm gonna put some on my chest too. Cannot get enough of this scent. This is the final look using the Riviera palette and all of the other products I shared with you guys today. I was so impressed with this palette. I definitely thought, is this really going to be as vibrant as it looks? And it is. It is so, so beautiful. I would totally use this palette, like, let's say I was going to an event. I would definitely take this palette with me to travel just because there is tons of color in it, which I love to wear, but I also could use the gold and like the brown, all those other colors that are a little softer, even the peach, and do a very wearable look. What I also really want to try with this palette is using these colors by themselves. They're so bold and they're so vibrant that you really don't have to pair them together. You could actually use them just by themselves, and I think they would look really pretty. That's kind of an easier way to kind of picture yourself wearing this palette, is maybe applying one of the shades. It's just so easy and still very vibrant. And I was really impressed with these loose highlighters. You guys, I was thinking that this light one called Snowflake would be too light for me, but I really like it and it's so pretty. I want to use these on the eyes for sure. I would say So Hollywood is like the perfect gold highlighter. And I think why I like these so much is because you could use them not only on your face like as a highlight, but you could use them on your body, you could use them on your lips, and I did try them out on my body today and they look so pretty. I just put the Snowflake one on my chest and you can still see I have like So Hollywood on my neck. I'm gonna be using these a ton, especially these two here, So Hollywood and Snowflake. But back to the Dewy set, I love the packaging of it. It's very beautiful, and I feel like this is definitely a spray for those of you who love dewy skin. You could literally feel immediately when you spray this on your face, it feels like you just like moisturize your skin. It's very, very, very moisturizing. I even think if you put this on without any makeup on, if you just want like a hydrated base, this would be nice to prep the skin with, so I'm gonna try that too. Sound off down below, you guys, on the products. What do you guys think of them? Would you purchase any of these products I used in this tutorial? Are you gonna be getting Riviera? I wanna hear your thoughts down below, and thank you guys so much for watching again. I will see you in my next tutorial.
Feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight.